connections. Life is a series of connection. There is a father who was once single, saw a lady who he loves, got married to her, impregnated her. She gave birth to me. Years after, I got married to a wonderful lady. And then we also gave birth to David. Life is a series of connections. A teacher in the primary school taught me so that another teacher can take over in secondary school. Laid foundation in the secondary so that the university lecturer can build on what my secondary teacher taught me. Life is a series of connections. Next to God, the next most important thing to pray for is the right people in your life. You have come as far as relationship has permitted. Relationship determines advantages. Eleso fregadia. M2 falcando ziebradi. If you are a Nigerian, nobody needs to tell you that. The race is not for the mighty. It's not for the swift. Relationship determines the advantage, mommy. Value relationships. Value relationships. Skill is good. Strength is wonderful. Might is amazing. But trust me, above it all, when it comes to the advantages of life, relationship determines the outcome. Superior connection determines superior advantage. It is not who is qualified that sits on the throne. It is who is connected. Do I need to tell you that? Eh? How many of you know that one now? You know it. Wave your hand, you're in Nigeria, you know. Just when I thought it was a Nigerian matter, then we went for the conference in Toronto, in Canada. And they said, sir, that is the same thing here in Canada. Their positions are given by virtue of relationships. I said, eh? I thought it was a home issue. No, sir. When it was time, at the dying moments of David, Sir Solomon was not the one qualified to sit on the throne. Am I correct? What's the name of his son? We said it. Adonijah was to sit on the throne. And then when they heard that he was getting ready with might and right, he had the right because he was the eldest. And he had the might to sit on the throne. When might and right went ahead, relationships scuttled it. Relationship undermined it. The Bible says that Bathsheba heard that Adonijah was already getting ready to be crowned. And she quickly called the inner caucus of David that she had relationship with. Am I talking to somebody here? See, relationship will speak for you in the days when might and right will not speak. She cornered the mighty men of David. She cornered the priest and the prophet. And she said, sorry, sir, something is about to happen in this kingdom. She says, sir, you know you are very close to me. I am not the legal wife. I understand. I'm not the legal wife. In fact, I'm the reason why there's trouble in this kingdom. But sir, I have relationship with you. So the son of the legal wife must not sit on the throne. My son must take over his father. Now, so that is a challenge. How do we put the son of an adulterous relationship, the son of a woman that came into the life of David through adultery, how do we put that on the throne? What is the justification? When it comes to relationship, it scuttles justifications. You can gather as many evidences as you can against Bathsheba. Solomon will still sit on the throne. Hey, but David slept with her. Hold the evidence, he holds the throne. And if he's on the throne and you are still holding on to evidence, your life is at stake. The moment he sits on the throne, you better disappear with your evidence. I want to help some of us who take relationships for granted. Hello, sir. No. He can't sit on the throne. You know, his mother and David was on top of the roof. That day, sir, we can remember it was on the 14th of May. So yes, sir. It was sunny day. The clouds were scattered. Become a meteorologist. Keep doing your meteorology. The days were there. Sir, we remember that the David was wearing a blue dress. Keep describing. It's okay. On that particular day, sir, I was even the one. I am a living witness. I was the one that he called and he sent. I remember when I got there, she was still naked. We had to give her clothes. We carried her, brought her there, sir. We remember she entered room 4, room 5. And all. After all evidences were given, David said, plus your evidence, plus you, the witness, overruled. Solomon, you sit on the throne. Might and right set aside. Life is not fair. Pastor, but it is not fair. Life is not fair. Life is not fair. And before you think it's an ungodly thing, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. What have they done before you love and you hated them? They were still in the womb. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. What have they done? Innocent boys. That is within his prerogative. He just had an inclination towards one and decided to turn away from the other. That one had might, that one has right, but that was the one that was set aside. The time has come to fall before God and say, God, I count on your mercy, not on my ability. Pastor, you remember in the early days of our church, one of our sisters, precious woman, amazing woman, ma. And here we have one of these, our amazing engineer in our church. We're in Light to Academy then. Amazing engineer with a beautiful future, as they're having now. And the guy walked up to me and said, Daddy, I've seen the lady I want to marry. You remember the girls we were having in our church, the madam, you remember? We have this Kemperempe, we have all of them. So in my mind, the moment he said, Papa, I've seen the girl I'm going to marry, I said, Kemperempe 1, Peacock 2, Ostrich 4. And in my mind, I was like, hey, it has to be. So I was waiting for him to announce one of the girls that I'm saying, they've caught him. I say, hey, so who is the person? And he mentioned the lady that nobody will go for. Because she doesn't do catwalk. No, she doesn't do elephant walk. She had a little defect when she was growing up on her legs. So she doesn't walk straight, Daddy. She had a little defect. Honorable, but her brain, Shakafataya. Her brain is a workstation. This guy is tall, built. And I said, sir, who do you want? He said, that's the one. I say, which one? He said, that one. Meanwhile, she had just gotten a job at the bank. And she left, she was going to leave for training in Jos, and I called. I said, the Lord is saying to me, as you go to Jos and you are coming back, the Lord said somebody is going to come to propose. And it was as soon as she was coming back, this guy came. I said, you didn't see Sister Peacock? You didn't see Peperembe? You didn't see us rich? You didn't see any of them? She said, no. This is the one I want to marry. I said, life is not fair. I said, life is not fair. Sweetheart, bury this in here now, beautiful. See? No be only you find you. Hey, you know me. You know. Stop shaking your head, though. Bury your head under mercy. Just say, Father, I beg. With all this fight where I fight, I beg, show me mercy. Otherwise, now so they go past your front. You go to say, bros, are you moving? Are you not? You were coming to me. Said, no, I pass you. I've seen it over and over. I've seen it over and over again. That the race is not for the mighty. The race is not for the swift. The least qualified. I have seen the least qualified becoming the qualified. How did servants get on horses and princes are walking on foot? Somebody say relationship. May the Lord have mercy on you, such that on the day the back of a donkey is vacant, may you not lack someone that will lift you and put you there. I speak proverbially. The back of donkeys will be vacant. And the challenge is that when the back of the camel is vacant, offices are vacant. So it is not I can climb that will get you there. It's who can put you there.